Tonight on Evening, the 50-year-old love story behind Bainbridge Island's most riveting rock star.
It's Frog Rock. What else can you say?
Seattle's all-female AC/DC tribute band, Hell's Bells. And the fantastic photographs that give your kids a starring role in their favorite fairy tales. Welcome to the show from West Seattle. I'm St. Brian, and we are here joining a massive scavenger hunt for glass floats just like this one, made locally by Avalon Glassworks and hidden all over Seattle's largest neighborhood. Early Friday morning, Anna Reynolds was walking her dog Moose at Jack Block Park when there it was, a glass float hanging from a tree like a Christmas ornament.
Oh, I was stoked. Woo! I'm pretty sure I did like a look around as if there were people around me, even though nobody's around me. It makes me so happy. I love them. I was very excited. Look at this.
1 week a year, these hunts turn West Seattle into a treasure map. 50 are hidden in shops, 50 more hidden in parks. All come with hints.
I know that it says where a crane's shadow may fall.
And seekers like Hannah Vielbig refuse to be discouraged.
No luck yet, but there is hope.
The hunts, co-hosted by the West Seattle Chamber of Commerce and the West Seattle Junction Association, started in 2021 as a kick in the pants when the neighborhood was coming out of COVID and the West Seattle Bridge finally reopened.
People are having a blast, taking their time, really looking into businesses and looking into different parks they may have never been into.
It gets people outside, it gets people moving, it gets people exploring, and that activates a sense of wonder.
This is the third time in as many years that Anna has found treasure. So what's her secret?
It truly is just consistency. Just keep hunting, keep looking, and don't give up.
Words other seekers can take to heart.
You never know how deep they're gonna bury it.
Want to find your own glass float? You better start looking. The scavenger hunt ends on Friday. Our next story takes us to Bainbridge Island, home to a riveting rock star for more than 50 years.
Welcoming, secure in his place in the world.
It's Frog Rock. What else can you say?
Bainbridge Island writer Denise Stoughton loves to tell the story behind the big green landmark.
He was born in 1971. As you can see, he's ageless.
It's the story of two high school sweethearts,
I just fell for this guy like a ton of bricks.
Bob and Ellen Green. Married now for 47 years. They painted the frog in the middle of the night, just before graduation.
You know, it really takes a little bit to paint in the dark and get it right. And fortunately, we did. There was enough light from car headlights and flashlights.
Over the decades, the couple, joined by volunteers, including their own grandkids, touch up the frog and its ladybug sidekick. Both now island celebrities.
Oh my God! It's Frog Rock! And let's not forget Ladybug! Our town's icon.
Alex Sanso's shop, Island Life Gifts, sells Frog Rock merch.
So we've got our t-shirts, which we're very excited about. Little mini buttons, which are quite popular here in my shop. We've got vinyl waterproof sticker. We've got keychains, a bumper sticker, which is kind of cute.
And down the street, Blackbird Bakery sells Frog Rock and Ladybug cookies.
Who can resist those eyes? I mean, come on.
At a recent 4th of July parade, a Frog Rock themed float was a crowd favorite.
We love him. He's our own. And he exemplifies the quirky creativity that embodies this island.
Over the years, people have dressed up Frog Rock for Halloween, for Christmas, and baseball season.
He tolerates all the fun. He loves the families. He's great.
Solid as a rock, Bob and Ellen's love has endured.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
And so has the big green frog with the bright red lips.
I love you, Frog Rock.
Earlier this year, Bainbridge Island declared the second week of April Frog Rock Week, the same week Bob and Ellen celebrated their 47th wedding anniversary. For 25 years, the Seattle-born all-female AC/DC tribute band Hell's Bells has been rocking the Northwest and beyond. And among their biggest fans, a member of the real AC/DC. I caught up with the band in Olympia. Friday night in Olympia, and Hell's Bells are shaking things up all night long. Something the all-female AC/DC tribute band has been doing for nearly 25 years.
The cool thing about being on stage is like you give people a vacation from their life. It's like 90 minutes away from all your troubles. Just to live in that moment of passion, it's pretty cool.
When Lauren Piston isn't singing her heart out on stage, you might find her at the grooming salon she owns in Burien, the Painted Pooch.
And right now, I am taking this opportunity to brush out my own dog.
Lauren really does paint pooches year-round with dog-friendly dyes. But visit her Federal Way home.
This is my rescue bunny room.
And you'll discover her heart.
All of these bunnies were rescued from bad situations and had to be medicated, taken to the vet.
Belongs to abandoned animals.
And then here we have Leonard, like Lynyrd Skynyrd. I think I've always rooted for the underdog. I think being kind of a misfit and a little awkward myself growing up, and these animals that nobody wants, I just want them to know love.
It's a busy life, but somehow Lauren has found the time to tour with Hell's Bells, whose fiery star attraction grew up in Federal Way. Adrian Connor.
It sounds like it's simple, but it's not simple.
Adrian has mad respect for AC/DC, the Australian heavy metal band famous for its knickers-clad guitarist Angus Young and songs about sex, drinking, and damnation.
They're like wizards of rock and roll songwriting, and the music that we get to emulate touches all ages and all types of people, and we even convert non-AC/DC fans to AC/DC fans.
The respect goes both ways. Angus Young once called Hell's Bells the best AC/DC tribute band. Pitch perfect, powerful, and delivered at high voltage, Hell's Bells continues to conquer every stage they play. Now that is a band that always knows how to rock out. You want to see them? We've got 2 shows coming up here in Washington State. They're performing at the Tumwater Artesian Brew Fest on Saturday, that's this Saturday, and at the Little Creek Casino Resort in Shelton on the 23rd. When we return, we'll spill the tea on the private club, pouring happiness 1 cup at a time. And the fantastic photographs that give your kids a starring role in their favorite fairy tales.
Wow! Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
He said, I have to tell you something about me. I'm not gonna last that long.
Over the weekend, I caught the heartbreaking documentary, It's Never Over Jeff Buckley, about the young singer with the otherworldly voice who stunned the 90s music scene twice. First, with his soaring debut album, Grace, and then a second time by accidentally drowning at age 30. Every time we see him singing in this movie, it's breathtaking. The doc is playing at indie theaters like the Grand Cinema in Tacoma and SIFF Cinema Uptown in Seattle. Welcome back to the show from West Seattle, where we are in the throes of a massive search for glass floats. And just like that, I have found a gum wrapper. We're also in the midst of afternoon tea week, and what better place to celebrate than at the Secret Garden Tea Room in Sumner. Now, it's a private club, but there are ways for the general public to stop by for a spot of tea.
This is a home away from home, a place where friends become family. If I could come here every day, I would.
There's a Victorian mansion in Sumner where people wear their Sunday best, pour each other tea, and nibble on finger foods from a flower-laden tower.
Thank you.
This is the Secret Garden Tea Room and Gift Shop. Elizabeth Kleingartner provides the classic afternoon tea experience that dates back more than 200 years.
In the early 1800s, Duchess of Bedford realized that she was getting cranky and hungry in the late afternoons because they ate dinner so very late at that time. So she asked the servants to bring her some little sandwiches and cakes to her boudoir. And then she started inviting some of her ladies in waiting to join her. And pretty soon it just became a custom for the upper class to indulge in a little afternoon tea every day.
Almost everything served is made from scratch. Before COVID, Elizabeth hired a huge team to deal with more than 100 customers a day. Post-COVID, the Secret Garden has become a private dining club with members who pay dues.
And it's been so much fun and really successful.
On Wednesdays, the general public can visit the Secret Garden website to try to reserve a table. But members always have first choice.
Membership has its privileges too.
Starting in October, the Secret Garden will host a series of Wicked-themed tea parties for those who like to defy gravity in the land of Oz. We have all the information and all of the puns you need on our website at king5evening.com. Well, how would you like to make your kids the stars of fairy tales? It probably depends on what fairy tale we're talking about, but there is a photography studio in Renton where fantasy and reality collide.
From the outside, it looks like any other business complex. But behind these doors, fantasy becomes reality.
We want you to have something on your wall that's going to be meaningful.
Kate Johnson and Ruth Densley are the mother-daughter team behind Ruth and Kate Portraits in Renton.
I've always done photography, she's always done photography, but after my wedding, we blossomed into a career.
This dynamic duo has made a name for themselves by capturing the magic of childhood through their imaginative lens, creating captivating portraits that look like they're straight from the pages of a storybook.
It's essentially an extension of their imagination because it's already up in their minds, but now they get to actually see it physically within the world itself.
So welcome to the studio. First they'll come in and be very wowed by just the magical experience just walking in.
But what's an enchanted experience without a fairy godmother?
And the fairy godmother comes out and talks to them, and then they get to pick out their outfit that they want. They're usually given 2 or 3 outfits to choose from.
After some hair and makeup, it's time to be transported.
We're gonna have Ellie go ahead and sit right here on the throne.
During the photo shoot, I'm mostly very quiet.
All right, we're gonna look right at Steve.
A lot of it is very much involved with the fairy godmother because really the whole point of having a magical experience is that interaction between the fairy godmother.
Do you like cheese or pepperoni pizza better? You like cheese too? Very nice.
The results of their work are more than just photographs. They're pieces of art that families proudly display.
And it keeps childhood alive as they grow 10, 15, 20 years down the road and you have a big, beautiful portrait on the wall.
For parents like Sarah, the photos not only capture her daughters, but the experience is something they will always share.
I wanted this to be just a moment for the girls. Like, enjoy being sisters, enjoy having this experience together, enjoy having a moment that's truly about you, away from phones, away from TV, away from technology, just being in your imagination. It's seriously better than Disneyland.
Childhood doesn't last very long, but Ruth and Kate hope their photos capture a fleeting moment and create lasting memories.
We want kids to like feel that sense of empowerment and be like, that's me. This is who I am, and this is how I want to be seen for the world.
Ruth and Kate also do pet photography, and they start shoots with Santa in November. It feels really early to be telling you about that, but there you go. How silly cat videos inspired the movie blockbuster coming out on DVD today when evening returns. Welcome back to the show from West Seattle. After raking in more than $600 million, the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon is currently the 5th highest grossing film of 2025. Well, today it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD. Here's a preview.
Everything we know about dragons is wrong.
For the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon,
okay, action.
The original writer and director, Dean DeBlois, created a new Viking-inspired village on chilly sets in Northern Ireland.
We flew around Iceland and the Faroe Islands and Scotland. You gather all of these amazing locations and you can meld them in any way you want. But the goal is to create a place that people want to be. They want to spend time with your characters.
Hiccup is played by a little-known Texan actor named Mason Thames, who learned over Zoom his life was about to change.
I suppose it's just one question, really, is would you like to play Hiccup in the movie?
Mom, do you hear that?
Mason joins a squad of young wannabe Viking warriors, which includes Nico Parker as Astrid. She says shooting on set not only looked real, it smelled real.
There was a really weird smell on set in the village. We went, what is that? It smells awful. And they were like, oh, it's the fish hut.
Yeah, they built like a fish house.
And we were like, what do you mean, a fish hut? And we went in and there was like raw fish, rotten, hanging all over the house. And then a fan. And then a fan blowing it into the village. And we were like, why are you doing this? And they were like, for ambience, for the vibes. And me and Mason were like, turn off the fan. It was horrible.
Bringing Toothless to life required a team of 5 puppeteers who tried to replicate the agility of salamanders with the grace of Black Panthers and the personality of your silliest pets.
We would spend all day just searching the internet for the cutest and funniest and oddest cat and dog behaviors and put them into Toothless knowing that we wanted to evoke that kind of reaction from the audience. So if you say, oh, my dog does that, or my cat does that, or my horse does that, then goal accomplished. So we wanted him to both be ferocious, but a big, cuddly pet at the same time.
Come on! Here it comes!
How to Train Your Dragon is rated PG. It scored a 76 among Rotten Tomatoes critics, somewhere around here, but a whopping 97 with audiences, which leads us to wonder, what do the critics know anyway? We'll be back with more from West Seattle. That was a dramatic pause.
Now in our 39th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Thanks to support from Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at Pemco.com.
Welcome back to the show from West Seattle on this warm and muggy day. So where do you go to beat the heat? How about a historic swimming pool that has been keeping Seattle cool for more than 80 years?
It's one of the most scenic public pools in America. Coleman Pool started out as a hastily constructed swimming hole filled with salt water from nearby Puget Sound.
It was tide fed, meaning the tides coming in would fill the pool and the tides coming out would drain the pool each day.
Elizabeth Rudd of the Southwest Seattle Historical Society says that in 1941, when the community chose to build something more permanent, the prominent Coleman family stepped up to foot the bill.
They wanted to give back and contribute.
The pool was instantly popular.
We have stories of it being so crowded that people could only stand and there was not room for swimming. It was just standing in the water.
For the first 3 years, Coleman Pool was strictly segregated.
It was a white-only pool up until that time, and it was through direct action by Black students at UW that desegregated this pool in 1944.
Today, from a lovingly restored original mural to other Art Deco flourishes, the facilities look much as they did 80 years ago.
You know, really speaks to the era that the pool was built.
It's a 15-minute walk from the nearest parking area, but this pool, swimming in history, is well worth the hike.
Coleman Pool stays open through Labor Day with public swims every single day of the week. Well, that is our show from West Seattle. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.